Hey, Reborn Insiders, Reborn family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Daniel here. I just want to make this quick video and share with you guys some of my thoughts and strategies when it comes to investing. Now, before I get into it, disclaimer, I am not a financial expert by any means. So definitely consult a professional before making any decision, and also pray through the whole process. That's my number one recommendation, is just to pray on how to steward your finances the best you can. So the first things first is I like to keep things simple. And that's why I actually moved away from banks, because I found it super complicated on actually having to go to the branch to make investments and to buy and sell. I mean, I'm sure that's changed now, but the one platform I switched to about 9 years ago, and I have not regretted it at all because I love this platform. It's called Wealthsimple. I'm sure there's a lot of platforms out there that are great, but this is just one that I recommend because it's so true to its name. It is simple. And that's the number one thing I love, is keep it simple. So if you guys want to try it out, I'll put the link in the description. It's a great platform to use. The first thing I'd recommend is opening up a TSFA account. If you have not done that before, it is a huge blessing if you live in Canada, because what this is it's a tax-free savings account, meaning you don't pay tax on the money moving in and out of that account. So if you're going to start investing, open it up through a TSFA account, and you can do that super simple, super easy on Wealthsimple. I recommend starting off just investing in mutual funds, index funds, which is just a pool of different stocks and investments and bonds and all these kinds of things, and just investing into the market. It's very broad and a safe way to bet for the most part, unless the market crashes. But here's what I love to do when it comes to investing. I do a strategy called dollar cost averaging, meaning I set a certain amount every single month. So whatever you get paid per month or bi-weekly, you can just set a few bucks either bi-weekly or weekly or monthly or even quarterly, and invest in one of these index funds. And that way you're not having to be stressed on timing the market. When is it low? When is it high? It's just automatic. Whenever the money, comes in monthly, it just pops it right in there. And then by the time you know it, you just set it and forget it. A year later, you look at your account, you're like, whoa. Typically, it usually grows and you make profit. So it's amazing. That's just what I recommend. That way, you're not always having to keep track of the market, and you can focus on what God has you to do in your life. I also like to invest into individual stocks as well. You can go with the bigger companies. Obviously, there's more risk when you're investing into a single stock, but I do multiple single stocks. So I invest into whatever I see the market going, right? So obviously tech companies are a big one, oil companies as well. So you can kind of go with discernment, prayer, seeing what's on the news, strategize, go with a little bit of intuition. And you can also dollar average cost on these stocks as well. So that's what I do. Just like, let's say it's 20 bucks into, for example, Apple stock. And then so every month, $20 can go into that Apple stock, and you set it and you forget it. And before you know it, on average, it's just going to increase and grow. And here's the last strategy I'm going to share with you guys when it comes to investment. So the one thing I kind of did not like about, holding onto these investments is I feel like it's just so stagnant. You're not using the money. Yes, you get paid dividends. The investments are growing. Your net worth and portfolio is growing. It's awesome, but you're not really using these funds. So what I love to do is quarterly. So every quarter of the year, I go into the account and I pull out 50% of my profits. So not the actual, funds in there, but whatever I made profit from those investments, I take 50% out, and then I use it for kingdom initiatives. I use it for personal things to actually use these funds, right? For maybe paying off your mortgage, maybe paying for a vehicle, or also tithing and sowing into kingdom initiatives. This is a huge thing where we can actually use these funds, these growth funds from these investments, and that way it gives you so much more purpose to do these investments. So that's a strategy that I kind of prayed into and came up with, and it works amazing for me. That way I just set it, get it, dollar cost averaging through my TSFA account. And then every quarter go in there, pull out 50% of the profits only. If one of the stocks has gone down, I don't touch it. I leave it until it goes up. And then the next quarter I check it. If it's profited, then I take 50% of that profit. And then I just put it in various different areas, like I said, into the church, into ministries, into various different things that's, that can even be for my own enjoyment as well, but to actually use to keep this money flowing and not stagnant into one place. So I hope that helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Wealthsimple is pretty simple to set up. If you guys use another platform, just post it below. I'd love to hear your guys' strategies and your guys' thoughts when it comes to investments. And of course, pray into it. Ask God how to use these funds strategically so that you can grow them and that you can actually use it to advance God's kingdom and help pay for missions, help pay for churches. And this is ultimately the goal, is to advance God's kingdom. So I hope this video was a blessing. Let me know if it was a blessing below. That would encourage me so that I can continue to make more content like this. In the next video, I'm going to talk more about cryptocurrency and dive into my whole strategy when it comes into that area. And it's very similar to what I'm talking about now, but a little bit different. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.